But we begin tonight with the fires and the lies about the fires. Now, it is particularly nasty work to use a massive human tragedy to advance your own greed. But leave it to the billionaire right in America to do just that, with the multiple infernos still engulfing Southern California, which have killed at least 24 people and swept through 40,000 acres in the greater Los Angeles area, destroying entire communities and more than 12,000 structures. The risk is far from over. Santa Ana winds are set to cause critical fire conditions over the next 3 days as the region continues to battle historic and deadly blazes. The suffering, the tremendous loss and fear, and the seeming inability of humans to control the infernos ravaging one of America's most iconic cities and iconic counties is the story here. But instead, the people of Los Angeles are fighting not just a fire, but also the lies about the fires. The lies spread not just by the incoming nominal president, but also by his boss, Shadow President Elon Musk, who tried and failed over the weekend to get a fire official to backstop his lies about the lack of available water.
In Malibu along the coast, there was no shortage of water. In the Palisades, there was a shortage of water at a certain point. Or is that not accurate?
Well, we were flowing just an amount of water that the system couldn't overbear. That we're just overbearing, just because of how much water these firefighters were utilizing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, guys.
California Governor Gavin Newsom posted the weird live stream saying Musk was exposed by firefighters for his own lies. The governor also accused the world's richest billionaire of encouraging looting during these wildfires after Musk said Newsom has decriminalized looting in his state, which is also a lie. And speaking of billionaires who lie, you also have the real estate mogul and failed candidate for Los Angeles Mayor Richard Caruso, who, along with has-been actor James Woods, has been spreading harmful lies about Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass since the fires began. Here is Woods with Black Santa truther Megyn Kelly.
Here's what happened in our neighborhood. All the houses are on fire on our street. The fire trucks got up there, but there was no water because Karen Bass didn't fill the reservoirs. So all the fire reservoirs were not, so the fire trucks are there, they couldn't pump water.
None of that is true. And of course, there's more from Megyn Kelly, who seems to be sometimes the world's angriest multimillionaire, as well as Fox, where right-wing billionaire Rupert Murdoch's puppets like Jesse Waters have blamed everything from DEI and the mayor being black and the LA fire chief being a lesbian to, and I am not joking here, the indigenous for the fires.
California can't get enough water to fight fires because of a stupid fish. Gavin's literally tearing down Western civilization for fish and Indians. Nothing against the Indians. I love the Indians. But really?
It turns out that in recent years, LA's fire chief has made not filling the fire hydrants top priority, but diversity.
This right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the leadership of the LA Fire Department. I sure hope they know what they're doing.
Oh, the arrogance of the colonizer's spirit. Of course, none of these people have bothered to thank our neighbors in Mexico and Canada for sending firefighters to face the flames and planes to brave the hurricane-force Santa Ana winds to drop water on the blazes. And God forbid they acknowledge that whatever the initial cause of the fires, they were exacerbated by climate change, which has led to rising temperatures, longer fire seasons, and heightened drought conditions. Although, you know who does acknowledge climate change? The insurance companies that have been canceling policies in California due to the risk of climate change. And the people losing the most in Los Angeles County aren't the rich, faded celebrities like Mr. Woods who can afford to rebuild and to move into one of their other homes while they wait. It's the middle-class homeowners in places like Altadena, where an historic and stable black neighborhood has been all but wiped off the map and ignored by much of the press, while the vulture capitalists are already circling, hoping to snap up the burned-up properties for pennies on the dollar so they can hedge fund them into yet another batch of billionaire-owned overpriced rentals. But the worst part, other than the fires themselves, has been the lies. Though if there is one thing the billionaire right is, they are consistent. They want California, America's biggest state economy, because if they can take California and retrofit it with their ugly right-wing policies, the way they've ruined Florida and Texas and every other red state, where poverty rates are high and education is warped and non-white immigrants, pregnant women, victimized girls, and LGBTQ folks live in fear, then the fight for permanent control of America is basically over. They can drill and frack California till the fires this past week pale in comparison. They can rip out all the forests and hand over the land to developers, Florida style. They can drive out the brown people and the black and Asian people, or just sink them into the same apartheid they've created in Texas. And they will control enough electoral votes if they control California to never have to worry about another presidential election. The billionaire right knows that they cannot take California, home to Hollywood, San Francisco, and Kendrick Lamar, by culture. So they're looking to try to take it with lies and deceit and by fire. And joining me now is Altadena resident Natalie LaForge. Natalie LaForge, thank you so much for being here. I just want to ask you about Altadena, your community, and how it's doing, and are the fires still burning?
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be on here, Joy. It's such a pleasure. I'm very grateful to share my story. Altadena, we're a resilient town. We're a tight-knit community, multi-generational community. I live in a home that my parents purchased back in the early 70s. The churches, the community centers, just different organizations, they're banding together and distributing clothes, food, immediate needs, getting out information to get the people help. We're devastated. You go through emotions, sadness, grief, trauma, and anger. And at this point, I feel like people are really looking up and saying, we will rebuild. Don't sell your land. Don't let them take your land. Because we want to keep that beautiful Altadena. We want to keep that community. I know countless families. For 1 minute, for a few days, I had yet to speak to a person who still had their home. And that's frightening to think of. But just imagine driving up to see those beautiful hills and mountains in Altadena and only seeing flames and destruction. It's living a living nightmare, for lack of better words, to see the places that you grew up, the places that you made memories, your parents' friends, your grandparents' friends. For me, past students, when I was teaching in the school district, all gone. Essentially, there are some who have been, lucky enough to have a home still standing, like I and my twin sister. However, we don't know when we'll be able to go back. It's toxic. It's dangerous. Folks are crying, saying they want to go home, but, is it inhabitable at this point? Is it safe? And the word we've gotten is it's not safe. The water's not safe. The gas company, the last time I got to go check on my home to see if it was still standing, we looked in the backyard and there was another house still burning, and houses they're still burning because the gas was still on. And the power's out indefinitely. So, even if we want it to return, I don't know. We don't know what the future holds.
Yeah. And what are people being told to do? I mean, as you said, these are generational homeowners, but not necessarily rich homeowners. What
Absolutely
are folks
not
being told to do? Right. And because people don't have unlimited funds, are you being told go and stay in an Airbnb and it'll be paid for by the federal government? Like, what kind of instruction are you getting?
First of all, let me just say this. I'm not going to name my homeowner's insurance, but when I logged on, my documents weren't able to be viewed. They said they're not able to be viewed at this time. So if you didn't get to pull out your documents, if you didn't get to screenshot them through your app, then you don't really know what's being covered. So I did receive a call back after several attempts to try to get a representative on the phone, and I was told that I need to just use my money and keep my receipts, and someone will reach out to me next week. So then we received emails to contact FEMA. We applied online, my family, my sister's family, and we got immediate denial because we said that we had homeowners insurance. So at this point, we're spending our own money and trying to keep the receipts. We did get a voucher through 211 with Airbnb, but it's only for, it'll last you maybe 5-6 days. Pasadena is not really the most economical place to get an Airbnb. So it'll last you a few days, and then after that, you're on your own.